I'm Abid speaking English. Today we're going to talk about digestive system. We eat various types of food, but how do this food get us to work? Because people in Bangladesh, Asian people, have a signature for eating food, specifically rice. Guess what? Rice does not have any types of vitamins. It does not have any types of minerals. It does not have protein. It only has a few types of carbohydrate. That doesn't even work, and people say that sugar damages the mind. Guess what? Carbohydrate is sugar. And what is carbohydrate? Rice. But how do these nutrient niche food become simple nutrients? So we're going to talk about it. First, we have the buccal cavity. What is the buccal cavity? We call mouth, muk. So when we see mouth, the mouth, we have various types of things. We have teeth, we have a tongue, we have saliva. Saliva means, I think you know, it's a watery substance that comes to your mouth. Saliva has a type of enzyme called ptyalin that helps to break down nutrient-rich foods like carbohydrate, protein, or fat and oil. And vitamin, water, and mineral salts, they can pass through easily and do not need any type of breaking. But teeth we chew on food, but there are four types of teeth. Those are incisors, canine, premolar, and molar. Incisors, incisors is the front four teeth. Let's say we have the bottom part of it. So the first two teeth that comes to our side is called the incisors. It helps to chew or cut out food. Canines are used to chew meat or fish type of foods. And premolar and molar you use to crush both meats and normal nutrient foods. So yeah, after buccal cavity we have an esophagus. The esophagus is a long tube-like structure. It's a long tube-like structure that comes from the buccal cavity over the way to stomach. And we know what a stomach is. People say stomach ache. Do you know why they say stomach ache? Because sometimes they may get too much of fat and oil, too much of carbohydrate, too much of protein, or maybe they will get not a balanced diet or unbalanced diet. The what should I say, chemical reactions in the stomach may rumble and cause severe pain. This is known as stomachache. But how does stomach like break food? It contains acid and a few enzymes. It does not contain enzymes. The one who contains enzymes is liver. So what are enzymes? Enzymes are special types of energy that helps to break food, mostly found in the mitochondria of a cell, and liver has the most of it. Well, there's about 1,000 of mitochondria in only about some few cells. Maybe not a few, a million. But there are 70 types of enzymes and 14 types of coenzymes in a mitochondria. But if you go through 1,000, let's say 35 or 20,000 is like more than 50. So yeah, we have stomach and liver. You see the enzymes that produced in liver all the way to stomach. Some stomach also has gastric glands over its walls that also produce the gastric juice that it helps to digestive system. Now, liver we get five types of enzymes. These are amylase, trypsin, chymotrypsin, pepsin, and we have lipase. Amylase, carbohydrate, it helps to break carbohydrate into sugar or carbohydrate foods. Protein, we have three enzymes for protein. We have chymotrypsin, trypsin, and pepsin. And for fat and oil, we only have lipase. And as I said, mineral salts, vitamin, and water, they do not need any type of enzymes to get broken. They can pass through easily. Now, we have some things in stomach. We have ACL. It is a type of enzyme or acid that helps to break our food. After the breaking of food, it goes over to the lungs, to the heart, and the heart distributes it through the blood to every cell by the epithelial layer found in the artery cells. And finally, it comes back with the carbon dioxide that goes out through our lung when we breathe it out. Well, respiration is also part of digestive system, but it does not help directly. It helps indirectly, but still helps. The respiration is the process of breaking food in the presence or absence of oxygen. Breaking food. We're talking about food here, so yeah, desperation also helps. Whenever we put a germinating seed that is germinating, it will release heat because of its respiration. It can also respire. Seeds, only not plants can respire and animals respire. Only not those two. Also, seeds respire. So after the stomach thing is done, the wasted material or fecal goes all the way to small intestine. This time, small intestine has three parts. These are jejunum, and ileum. Ileum has a specific place where food or waste food materials get mixed together in macrovilli, and it is done by bile from bile duct. Now, small intestine, it is not really small intestine. If you can say, let's say that small intestine is this big. And now we have large intestine. You may think that large intestine must be at least twice this size. Actually, no. It is not even half of the size. As you see, it is called large intestine because of its width. It is more thicker. But small intestine, it is mostly thinner. So it's called small intestine, even though it is longer. If we took the small intestine and put it, it will be at least, well, 200 meters or 500 meters, something like that. Large intestine also has three parts. These are called cecum, rectum, and ileum. Sorry, cecum, rectum, and colon. Well, let's talk about the small intestine first. The small intestine is kind of like a DNA pattern, not really a DNA spiral pattern. The small intestine, when it gets out of the stomach, let's say that this part is the stomach. Okay, whatever. So this part is the stomach. The part that goes out, this is called duodenum, and the rest of the part you can see here is called jejunum, and the last part where the villi is present right here is called ileum. Now let's say large intestine. Large intestine is only like this. It's finished. There are various kinds of things here. It is kind of thick. I just draw it simply because I don't like to draw and take much time. So large intestine, three parts, as I said. We have cecum, colon, and rectum. It has a little bit part called appendix right here. After the colon, we have an appendix, and right here we have the anus where the food goes out. And you know how we get waste materials. At first, we take all the water in villi, and through the large intestine, it goes mixed up into one big thing, and it goes out. Yeah, that is digestive system. Now let's say, how do digestive systems, well, I talked about it, so we don't really need it. Well, there are a few glands. These are organs, and we need some glands. We have salivary glands that make ptyalin. We have gallbladder, which is found right next to the liver, even though it's not a part of a liver. It produces gastric juice. And we also have gastric glands in the walls of the stomach. It produces gastric juice. There are other glands, for example, intestinal gland that is found in the walls of small and large intestine. Well, not really small intestine, at the end of small intestine, but it is mostly found in large intestine. It helps to get mixed food and do everything that we need to do. And yeah, that's mostly that we need to know today for digestive system. So remember that digestive system, we have mainly 6, 7 if you call anus, buccal cavity, esophagus, stomach, liver, small intestine, and large intestine. Well, maybe I forgot to tell you a thing, but there are actually 5 types we call wisdom for adults. We can have maximum of 4 of these, 2 and the 2 up, 4. That was all for today. We learned about buccal cavity, esophagus, stomach, liver, small intestine, and large intestine. Thank you and see you later.